Hey guys, SpinoDude here, and today we are taking a look at a brand new 2017 Papo figure. So let's have our co-host Marvin bring it out. Thank you, Marvin. So today, guys, we are going to be taking a look at this. It is the brand new 2017 Papo Ceratosaurus. This is without doubt one of my most anticipated releases from Papo this year, and I'm very excited to have it in hand now. A massive thank you to everythingdinosaur.com for their awesome service as always. They will be stocking all the new 2017 Papo figures throughout the year, so make sure you go check them out. So without further ado, guys, let's dive into the review. Before we take a closer look at the figure, here are a few quick facts about Ceratosaurus itself. Ceratosaurus dentissulcatus means horned lizard. It was a carnivorous theropod that lived in the Jurassic period of what is now the United States of America. Ceratosaurus was a fairly large predator at about 20 feet long, and many specimens have been unearthed. It was originally thought that the unique nasal crest of Ceratosaurus was used as a weapon, but new studies on similar dinosaurs such as Dilophosaurus suggest it was used for display. A full-grown crest could have indicated that the animal was fully mature. Another unique and interesting feature on Ceratosaurus were the osteoderms that ran down the animal's back. The purpose of these is not exactly known. Some suggest they could have been used as extra defense when in combat. So without further ado, guys, let's start taking a closer look at this awesome Jurassic predator. So here is the brand new 2017 Papo Ceratosaurus. This is without doubt one of my most anticipated releases from Papo this year, and let me just say, the wait was well worth it. For first impressions, this figure is absolutely stunning. By just looking at the head here, I'm pretty sure that this figure was based off of Ceratosaurus dentissulcatus because of the larger crest on the snout and above the eyes. But anyways, just looking at this head sculpt, it is truly gorgeous. You can see the beautifully detailed crests that Ceratosaurus is known for. The eye is done very nicely in a yellow color, and each scale on the face is gorgeously detailed with care. And of course, this figure does indeed have an articulated jaw just like most of Papo's other carnivorous prehistoric animals. The teeth are very nicely done on this figure, with the teeth on the upper jaw being significantly longer than the teeth on the lower jaw, which is present in the Ceratosaurus fossil specimens. The interior of the mouth has been sculpted and painted in a fleshy pink color, although it is a bit tough to see in there, and I especially like the detail on the tongue. Once again, the articulated jaw on this figure is implemented very nicely. You can barely tell that the jaw is movable. You can see how the flaps of skin in the corners of the mouth fold into the upper jaw when closing it, and when opening the jaw, they pull down naturally once again. I also really like how narrow the head is here, just like the skull of Ceratosaurus. The scaling detail is phenomenal across the entire figure, and I'm quite happy that Papo didn't use the glossy paint sealer on this new Ceratosaurus. The shiny look just wouldn't fit a dinosaur like this in my opinion. The toned musculature on this figure looks really nice as well in the limbs, and I really liked the raised foot on the left leg. It's very subtle, but I think it adds a lot of personality to this model. In my opinion, the arms on this figure look a little bit too long, and the hands look fairly large as well in comparison to the rest of the body, but it's not too distracting from the rest of the sculpt. From the top of the figure, you can see the really nice pattern with the osteoderms in a tan color running along the back of the Ceratosaurus. The very top of the back is done in a dark green color, and the rest of the body is done in a lime green color with some dark green stripes on the tail. The green colors transition into a nice sandy color for the front limbs and for the underbelly, which has some very nice large scales sculpted into it. I love the choice of colors on this figure because they are quite vibrant when compared to Papo's other dinosaur figures, but not too vibrant. I really like how they are exploring new color schemes the past few years with their dinosaur models. Now the pose on this figure is quite basic, but I like it. The only thing that looks slightly awkward to me is the way that the Ceratosaurus is leaning down in the front a little bit. Perhaps it would have looked a tiny bit better if it was leaning up a bit more like this. Also, because of the raised foot in the sculpt here, this isn't the most stable figure from Papo, and a lot of people expected this figure to lean on its forearm, but it actually can't. Although it is a little bit hard to see, even if I try to lean this Ceratosaurus on its forearm, the long tail helps it rock back onto its hind feet. If you really want to as well, you can lean this figure on its tail for another posing option like this. Also, it looks like the left foot is raised off of the ground, but the claws are actually barely touching the surface it's on, helping the whole figure balance. Alright, so for my overall thoughts on this figure, I think this Ceratosaurus is downright beautiful. The sculpt is fantastic. I especially love the narrow head and all the gorgeous details across the body. The colors are beautifully done. They are not too vibrant but not too dull at the same time. In terms of scientific accuracy, the only thing that looks a little off to me are the arms. They look a little bit long and the hands look a little bit large, but it doesn't distract too much from the sculpt. Overall, I think this is an absolutely gorgeous figure. This is without doubt my favorite Ceratosaurus model now. So great job, Papo. You guys deserve a huge round of applause for this awesome figure. So you're probably wondering just how big this figure is, so Marvin, bring out the ruler. Thank you, Marvin. Alright, we've got our trusty flexi ruler now, so let's give this Ceratosaurus a measure. So in terms of the length from the tip of the snout to the very tip of the tail, we are looking at about 8.5 inches, and in terms of the height at the highest point, which is the top of the tail here, we are looking at about 3 inches. For comparison, here's the 2017 Papo Ceratosaurus next to the Papo Dilophosaurus. If you want to see the review for this figure, link will be down below in the description. These two crested Jurassic predators look very nice on display with each other. Make sure you guys go check out Papo's Dilophosaurus. It's an awesome figure of my second favorite dinosaur. Up next for comparison, here is the 2017 Papo Ceratosaurus next to the Papo Carnotaurus. If you want to see the review for this figure, link will be down below in the description. These two figures actually have quite similar details, and I think they look great with each other on display. So make sure you guys go check out Papo's Carnotaurus, it's an awesome figure. And finally for comparison, here is the 2017 Papo Ceratosaurus next to the Papo Allosaurus. If you want to see the review for this figure, link will be down below in the description. These two dinosaurs from the Morrison Formation actually lived with each other back in the Jurassic period, so it's really cool to have both of these figures in the Papo collection now. So make sure you guys go check out the Papo Allosaurus, it's an awesome classic figure. Well, there we go, guys. That was today's look at the brand new 2017 Papo Ceratosaurus. I think this is an amazing figure of Ceratosaurus. It is beautifully done, and I definitely recommend adding it to your collection. If you guys want to get this figure for yourself, head on over to www.everythingdinosaur.com. They will be stocking all the new 2017 Papo figures throughout the year. So anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Also, leave a comment telling me what you think of this new model. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Take care, and bye-bye.